Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It's July the 10th, 2022, and today is the last day of Lobster Festival in Shediac, New Brunswick. So I'm going to go out there, show you a little bit what has been going on. There have been a lot of events, and so yeah, I think it's mostly going to be the fair that we're going to see today, but who knows? It'll be an experience for me too, so why don't you come along for the drive? All right, on my way on the highway. It's about 20 minutes from Moncton to Shediac, which is the lobster capital of Canada. And yeah, they got giant lobster, and hopefully I'll show you around a little bit. The music was going a few minutes ago. Unfortunately, I can't film and have my music playing at the same time, but who knows, maybe I'll put some music over it. A minute ago it was AC/DC's Thunderstruck, and that kind of really gets you going. If you're into music and you have different tastes, my taste is more rock and classic rock, not really into country music and that sort of genre. My kids are more into rap and pop and that sort of stuff, but anything that's got a good beat that gets you pumped up in the morning like this is fun to listen to. Since last time I was in Shediac, this has been built, and I've been in Shediac quite often, so I didn't notice it being built. That's strange, but this is the Center for Lobster, so it's the Discovery Center. It's still relatively new, just opened this year. It's got a boutique and things in there, but it looks like it's still underway. Now let's walk down here. These are the traditional souvenir shops and things, and normally I'd be going in there looking for postcards because I know they've got some great ones, but because I bought so many just last week with the meetups, I figured I'm gonna bypass that. I may come back later on to get some in the future, but today it's not about that. It's about the Lobster Festival. But you can't come to Shediac without seeing the giant lobsters. Let me show you that. And then here, great lobster sandwiches. I may partake in a lobster sandwich today. There is the bathrooms and the boutique. C103 is a radio station that was at the car show yesterday. So you can see lobster is a major part of what Shediac is all about. Go over this way. They're doing a bit of construction as you come into town, so it takes a little bit longer to come along, but it's worth it. So there you go, you can climb up all around the giant lobster, get your selfies with it. Everybody seems to like doing it. I think it recently got a paint job on it too to get it spruced up a little bit. An example how big it is. There, me standing next to it. It is pretty big. My hand. Big size lobster. It would make one amazing lobster roll, that's for sure. Alright, let's get down to what we came for, and that's getting into the Lobster Festival. Give you another little view. Paddle boarders heading out. So this is the little bay here in Shediac. Over there you can see one of the lobster canneries, I guess. So here's a little shed. You can rent your boats if you're here on the wharf doing the boardwalk thing, and then you can go over and go to the new interpretive center. Here's Shediac. Shediac is a nice little community right on the water. It's a French community. It's lots going on for a small town, and every Sunday they have a market in the square here. So this isn't part of the Lobster Festival. This is something that you'll find all summer long. So lots of treats, lots of artisans, and even a little bit of a splash park for the kids. So let's wander around here and see what they got. I think maybe the food is closer to the other side. But if you want a carved lighthouse, we got that. Benches. We got family names, soaps, clothing. It's a nice day, so lots of people are out enjoying it. Fresh strawberries, vegetables, lots of goodies there. Farm fresh. And we got some more food trucks and things on this side. How about Mr. Crazy Poutine? Poutine Matt, this Mexican poutine, chicken shawarma poutine. There's the old Shediac train station. A train hasn't come through Shediac in a very long time, but the building still remains. We got people out on their bikes enjoying the weather. We are heading down towards the Fairgrounds, where the main event is taking place. I guess I really could have parked closer, but I can tell you about Shediac too. This is where we go if we want to go to the beach. So it's the closest beach we have. Harley Beach, it's a provincial park, 20 minutes from Moncton. And yeah, there's lots of beaches around here. You can go to Capellet, go to Caucan, lots of little communities. All of them have beaches. Aboiteau is my favorite local beach to go to here in Capellet. And yeah, we used to come here. One of my friends growing up, his dad had a sailboat here, so he had it at the Pointe de Chine Marina. So we used to come here if we wanted to go out on the boat or even just sit at the marina. It was a good spot. So now, let's go in and see what we got inside. It's early in the day, so not everything is running just yet. But we got merry-go-rounds, we got smaller roller coasters, we've got the Ferris wheel, we've got bees that go up and down, cotton candy, deep fried Marsburg. You want one of those? Let's see. So yeah, lots going on. Press your luck at some fair games, we got some fishing, and all sorts of stuff. This gives you the full idea what's here. We've got some bumper cars. We've got the scrambler over there, which spins you in both directions as you're flying around in a circle. We've got this contraption that spins up and around, and the carts spin too. You get dizzy doing that. We got the tilt-a-whirl, sometimes called the tilt and hurl. And then the freak out, which is this arm that goes flying up in both directions and spins around. Or if you like zero gravity, you can do that too. Lots of different things going on. I was actually just talking to a mom. Her two kids are on that. And their kids are about like, I don't know, 8 years old or something. Very brave. I couldn't do that. I don't want to do that. But there are lots of kids that enjoy this kind of thrill rides. I'm not one of them, but I'll show it off for you guys. You guys might enjoy it. We got even a little zone for the smaller kids, so little trucks and things, spinning strawberries. We've got the kind of fun house activities that go on in there. And then you've got food trucks again. Always lots of fair kind of food, slushy drinks, hot dogs, chicken nuggets. We got some clothing too. Always some things for sale. We've got a giant lobster trap. It's actually kind of a restaurant area in the evening, and they have live music going on here. They've got the beer tent over here. And just because it is early on a Sunday morning, still kind of a light day to get in here. The rides would all be lit up if it was nighttime, and we'd have a lot more people going on around here. And there'd be the food things going on. So there are lobster eating contests. Tonight they have what's called the Grand Table. So they block off all of Main Street. Yeah, I think that's better. They block off all of Main Street and have a giant table down the middle of it. And for about, I think, $40, you can sit down and have a lobster meal with everybody else who's going to be there. I don't know if they set a world record for the longest lobster dinner, but they have had the world's largest lobster, where they've had continuous bread and then lobster sandwich on it. So I think Shediac may still be in the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest lobster roll, but I am not sure. I know they compete back and forth with a town in Maine who also are very proud of being lobster fishermen. But here in Shediac, they go above and beyond for it. So yeah, that's what we got going on right now. Let's see what else there might be. Normally entrance is $5 for adults and $3 for children, and then kids under 11 I think are free. So today everybody was free. So I just got to walk right in, which was a nice surprise. And where I'm just doing a video of walking around and talking about things, it was nice not to pay, but I would have if they'd asked me to. Now, I talked to one of the workers that was there, and he said that yesterday, because it was a beautiful sunny day, it was jam-packed. Today it's a little quieter, but it's only 11 o'clock in the morning, or 11:30 in the morning, so it's still early. People that were there were having a good time. And look at the blue sky. It is going to be a nice day today. I think it's only get up about 24 or 25 degrees, but that's still comfortable. It's not too hot. There's a little bit of a breeze because we're here right on the water, so it keeps it a little cooler for that. And if you don't want to be doing rides, you've got the market that I showed you earlier. You can go over there and find some crafts, local jewelries and artisans, or food shops. All sorts of different cultures that are represented in the food stands that are there. You can get local delicacies like lobster or poutine, but you can also find yourself some Thai food or some Ukrainian dishes. There's a bunch of different options that are there. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this walkabout through Shediac. I may even just do a little bit more walking down the main town so you can see what it looks like. Yeah, I think I will do that. It's nice. We'll do a little walk down the main area, and then I'll double back and get to the car and head back out of town. There we are, walking down the main street in Shediac. You can see the little lobsters. You can see some of the historical buildings, 1903 construction. Just walked by one a few minutes ago. It was back in the 1800s. Shediac was a end for a rail line at one point because they used to have shipping come in here, and it was a port for things. You can see the post office is in here in this little building. Good to walk and talk, but also pay attention to where I'm going because there's lots of cars around. I don't want to get run over by someone trying to head out. All the classic cars are in Moncton. Otherwise, normally you'd see quite a few of them on the strip here, but with the car show in town, I think everybody's still in Moncton showing off their rides. We've got some singing going on the street today, serenading the people that are walking by. A very Shediac bike rack here with the lobsters on either end of the bike rack. You can see some of the heritage buildings. So I'm on the other side of the street walking my way back now. You can see there's the post office again. And we've got some of the heritage buildings there. And over here. It is getting quite warm. I almost wish I had a hat today. Luckily I'm not too far from an air-conditioned vehicle for another drive home. Back from this Lobster Festival day. The other thing we like to do in Shediac is they have a drive-in still. So when the kids were smaller, we used to pack them up and go and see the 2 or 3 movies that were playing, and then come home at like 2 o'clock in the morning with people asleep in the back, and some people didn't see all 3 movies or even both movies, and sometimes it was me. Sometimes I fell asleep during the second movie, but that was the fun of going to the drive-in, and still a fun experience when you go out there and just enjoy the box or the radio in your car, playing the song and looking at the big screen. Yeah, it's a fun experience. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera because I am looking at what I'm doing and being safe about it. So all this talk about lobster festivals, I'm going to make a stop on the way home, not in Shediac, but because the traffic was kind of diverted one way and kind of away from where I was, but I am going to stop at Deluxe French Fries, which is in Moncton. Great little place, and get myself a lobster roll. So I'm going to show you the lobster roll. This is Deluxe Fish and Chips, and this is where I'm going to go have my lobster roll. Give you an idea what the price of lobster rolls are now. You can get 2 of them here for $30. In the past, it used to be a lot cheaper than that, but like everything else, it's getting more expensive. Things have changed a little bit. This is the lobster roll. That was $17, so things are a lot more pricey than they once were. But let's give it a go, see how it tastes. They do a good job of filling up, and they butter the bun and toast it. It's still very good though. So treat yourself every once in a while. It's worth it. There are a lot of great places to have lobster in the Maritimes, but between Moncton and Shediac, there are a ton of different ways you can get your lobster rolls, your lobster sandwiches. Here at Deluxe, they've got lobster clubhouses, so instead of turkey, they put lobster in. Yeah, lobster poutine. Yeah, anything you want has lobster on it in the summertime here, I think. And a lot of the times it's really, really well done. So if you like fish, if you like lobster, if you can eat shellfish, yeah, come to Shediac, come to Moncton and enjoy some food. And if you happen to be here at the start of July, come to the Lobster Festival. Stay safe. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?